Things that are really important for them is counter space. They have the lack of counter space. I mean, it just does not have flow for this type of home. And they've lived here 20 plus years. You know, the appliances are terribly inefficient. The storage is a problem in the house. I mean, the list goes on, and what we're trying to do is we're taking that checklist and we're addressing each one of those concerns as we put this plan together for this new kitchen for them. The refrigerator comes here, the kitchen sink. The ovens go over here. Kind of really going to empty everything out and come up with a blank slate. We want to try to set the expectations for the project up front. As you can see, some different access holes that we did during that pricing stage. In doing this here and finding out exactly how much of the ceiling we can take out. What, can we remove this beam? And we found that that's a steel beam that holds the second floor. So this whole bank of cabinets is out of here. They like to drink coffee. This is going to become about an 8-foot coffee bar area where it's going to have its own sink. It's going to have a built-in coffee maker that's going to be recessed in the wall and different things like this. So this will be a display area and coffee hutch for the whole family to work from. So I think how important it is to have a professional remodeler doing this job, because you know what, you're getting involved in a house that's 100 plus years old, and you're getting involved in a house that's been remodeled 15 different times. So really it's time for us to kind of come and clean some of the stuff up that's been done. Everything that we expose has to be changed out. So now we're going to the regular electrical wire, and I think in the long run this is perfect, because that you're not only getting a good quality renovation, you're kind of taking care of some of the things that have been left in the house for 80 years. And we decided to come up with, put a beam up under these joists because there was a big sag in the ceiling. And you know what, this is probably one of the most important stages in a project is right now, because if it's not here before we go to drywall or plaster after this, it's not going to be right on the finished product. So you know what, here's the time that we spend some time at and we make sure it's right. We're just as proud of the work that we do behind the walls as what we do in front of the walls. This was an area that we needed to get into the ceiling, because some of our mechanicals for this new sink location and different things had to come through this ceiling. So really what we wanted to do is try to clean it up, get us a clear path to where the mechanicals need to go. And we're going to clean up some of this stuff. As you can see in the ceiling, there's been a lot of things happened over the life of this house. So
once you have a plan that you like, then you have to find people that who can actuate the plan and do it, with a working family all around you, and 2 dogs and all these other things. And it was Julie who said, talk to Steve, and when Steve came, it just worked.
Well, I think Steve and I get along so well because we are relationship-based people. And it doesn't take me very long at all after I meet somebody to get them. I take in everything. I'm a really, really good listener. We just kind of cleaned up everything and made it a real working kitchen, so that the kids, when they're all home cooking, that it would really be a family hub, a place to gather, and a place that they could all cook big meals, because they love to cook. And what was a difficult situation before, because nothing really quite worked, was now going to be a place where they could all hang out again. And that's really what our goal was.
Then when you start thinking about the fact that when we started this project, our storage was on one side of the room, all of our dishes and all the dishwasher was on the opposite side of the room. It was a constant walk across the room for simple tasks. And if you're standing at the dishwasher and just able to lift it and put it in your cabinets, it's everything. It makes 6 trips to put everything in the cabinet that's across the room.
Really what we're great about is communication, organization, and cleanliness. And really those are the things that are just highly important in a renovation. So at all times, everybody knows where we stand.
I could walk through this kitchen or in my driveway at any state of the deconstruction or reconstruction and not feel like I was going to step on something that was going to hurt my feet. Anytime. From the studs, going down to the studs and coming back through. When they're vacuuming my driveway, that's detail. And that's detail that's important when you have a working family and dogs running out there and people driving all over the place. So that's a great combination for me.
It's cool. We got some really cool photos out of doing that. So.